there guys, and in today's video you're gonna be learning the best opening I've encountered so far for white. It's called the English and it's really hard to defend against. If you're black, I mean, you'll lose very few games with this opening, guaranteed. I got some really good places in some chess tournaments, in some chess.com clubs, which really had, I don't think they gave us rewards. Yeah, I think they were just membership ones, but membership tournaments where they give out you free memberships if you, win the tournament, instead of money. But anyways, we're gonna learn this opening, and it's the English, and it's really fun to play, and it's really fun to see your pawn chain just go brrr, and your pawns, your two powerful pawns go boom the chessboard. But before we do this, please make sure you like, share this video, and smash the subscribe button, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Comment down below some of your favorite games that you used in this, that you used the English in, and you won. And you can also show me, and you can also tell me feedback on how I did and how I usually make and how you like my videos. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so C4 and C5, that's how we start this open now. C3 and then knight 6. And now here's one variation that I really like, and chess.com recommends it also. If you even do the lessons that they get you, it's this variation. So G3, we want to do this. And here's a game plan. So we don't show our bishop, because in the English you really attack the square a lot. So 1, 2, so we have 2 defenders now. And once we move the bishop here, we also have a third one. So after some regular developing move by black, it's bishop to G2. And now I'm going to tell you some game plan here without making any moves. So you better be ready for this. So now, why are we attacking? Well, this is the only center space you really want to get, because because the English is not really about the center. It's about advancing on the queen side. How do we advance on the queen side? Well, some game plans are just do this, and we're just gonna have a connected pawn chain, and then just move this bishop here, and sometimes you even want to trade your knights. Just try to force them, in this position you could just do this, but we want to save those trades for later. First, we have to get our setup, right? So we play this, and then, I don't know, maybe after some other move, maybe this, then castles. Okay, so basically our plan is just to do rook b1 and advance on the queen side, and hopefully eventually promote. And you always want a castle, so do that. And then notice, once this pawn gets here and this pawn gets here, please allow your opponent to close it. If he tries to do it, then please try to open it, because else those last 15 moves spent on this queen side advance is gonna be like you're throwing an advantage into the trash can. And please don't trade your rooks. Don't trade any rooks, because he does this, and our base is literally breathing fire. So don't trade rooks, else it will just turn even, and your opponent is like, phew, I defended against this position. Give me the trophy or something. But in this position, yeah, that's how you should play it. Advance on the queen side, and for any king's Indian sort of attack, because he's gonna attack you on the king side, because he won't really have much play on the queen side. So now let's look at an example from my own chess game that I played on the chess.com server, and that's all for the theory and game plans and stuff, and now you're gonna see it all in action. So if you didn't understand all these arrows and lines and highlights and stuff, then you're about to understand it in the game that I just played. So let's have a look at it. Yeah, okay, I'm white in this position. Of course, because I'm playing the English and you can only play it, if you're white. So let's just get started. Let's just get the party started. C4, E5. That's what my opponent does. So this is just the main line. English opening, King's English variation. Come on, that kind of sounds obvious. Okay, now this is called a reverse Sicilian variation, because it's kind of like you're playing the Sicilian, but you're not actually black, you're white. But it doesn't matter. So now he does this knight. Okay, now I'm ready to finish my bishop. Now he does this because I see things that I'm gonna do some sort of attack on this weak b7 pawn, and this bishop will be a bad bishop for the rest of the game and spend all its time guarding this. But a major drawback in this move is that this knight is not really happy, and the next move literally divides that. So after I finish on my bishop, he does that, and that move does not even look so great. Now I just do d3, and his whole plan was just to kind of maneuver, and now, well, first he takes an in-between move, or Zwischenzug, yeah, and I have no choice to do that. Anyways, that was my plan always. I forgot to mention that this square was also crucial unless your a pawn was traded on this b file. But else you really want to put this pawn here. Because queen can also do some stuff and damage. Okay, but now bishop c5 happens. Now, you shouldn't move a piece twice in the opening. And now, after I do this, preparing to attack, well now, his plan was to do that, and still, it's not even in a great position, because, well, these two good squares for the knight are blocked, and, well, he only has this one, but when you're defending against the English, your forces should be on the queen side, and that gets, once again, another piece off the queen side, and now I take advantage, and, well, first I attack this pawn. Now he has to kind of damage the pawn structure. Now, this pawn is really weak, and this pawn is also kind of weak because it just lost position, and this is not that weak because it can do that. And after castles, it can kind of help, after we castle. But anyways, okay, I just played. Now he does that, and I'm happy because, as I said, you want to trade your knights. It completely is up to you. But I want to trade my knights. In this variation, you should trade your knights because, in this position. And now you do this, and he doesn't really trade. He doesn't want to trade. Okay, I don't really care. Because I'll just take his knight anyways with check, and now he better take with his queen because, if he does that, he ruins his pawn structure, and, maybe I can always switch to queen side to king side because, well, he made his own king side weaker, and that's kind of bad. And I don't know, maybe I could have won the game much quicker because I'm attacking the place that the king is weird, but yeah, I won this game in like 30 moves. Yeah, he resigned on 30, so technically it would be 32 moves because after the 30 moves happen, he threw in the towel because it was just mate in one. Anyway, so now I advance, and he closed his own position, and now that makes me so happy. I mean, of course he could have taken, but I mean that's kind of risky because this knight. Yeah, fine, maybe. Yeah, but okay. Now he moves his rook because his bishop cannot just stay all game there, and the bishop was really never in the game. So there were two bad pieces in this game. One was the knight, and one was the bishop. And my two bishops are like breathing fire. And that's why sometimes in the Sicilian, you play what's called the accelerated dragon. Like something like this, you know, a King's Indian structure, and then move the knight, and they call it the dragon, or the accelerated dragon, or the hyper modern dragon, whatever you want to call it. I just prefer to call it a dragon because that's just more easier. It's because the bishop is breathing out fire like a dragon on these long diagonals. Okay, but anyways, let me just speed through the next couple of moves. So, a5, now advance. Now, I mean, what did I tell you about? I mean, now this makes this bishop a really bad bishop because, I mean, it blocks. And also, this is kind of a bad move because you got one of your forces officially off the queen side. And that's a big no-no in the what? English. You want to defend first, and once you throw off the attack, then you should start attacking on the king side where we castle. Okay, now I finally castle. On the 16th move, I finally castle my king. But I don't really think I had to, but because like my king is safe because this pawn hasn't moved, and well, this bishop is kind of in a really good diagonal and really good square. And this queen is also defending these, so I mean, I'm pretty safe. And in this variation, you really don't want to move this pawn, but I mean, it's completely up to your choice, you know, because I mean, I could do that after en passant. Whoa. After en passant, I unleash the rook, and that queen's got to move somewhere, but I just wanted to keep this queen off the queen side where all the dramas and all the stuff is happening. And what does he do? Well, he does rook e8, and now what I play is queen a4. And my plan is to just do this, and now boom, 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 and now I just win, and I won this rook also, so yeah. I didn't win this rook, but eventually, but for this whole game, you might be noticing that his back rank is kind of weak, because after all these pieces are gone, because he has to defend somehow, he cannot just put his pieces like sitting ducks, while my pieces are really active. And in the English, you always have a space advantage. And that's what gives white the advantage, because you have more space. And Anatoly Karpov, Grandmaster Anatoly Karpov, was literally the king of space advantages. If you give this position right now to Anatoly Karpov, then he would literally crush black in this position. Not just because he's a grandmaster, but because he's kind of the king of space advantages. But I'm getting way ahead of myself, so he does that. Now he made my job much easier. Thank you very much. Thank you, whoever. Thank you to anonymous person who played me on chess.com, because I don't want to embarrass him. But yeah, so thank you, anonymous person. Now he does this. Now he has to move the rook, and boom, 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 boom. And now you can see the real potential, the real firepower of that bishop, that fiend shadow bishop. Okay, my queen's under attack now. Where do I move it? Not like a lazy guy to somewhere like that. Because I want to keep the attack going. I want this pawn to move, and that was devastated. I moved the knight back, and the whole game, this knight was either here, here, or here. That's it. That's all it was. No, wait, these 4 squares. That's where its life ended. Its life ended after this. Not because I take it. It's because of checkmate. And if the king dies, well, then the whole empire dies. So that's kind of a little bit of history for you, and I don't know, war, and I don't know, medieval times war or something. But yeah, I push, and now queen. I don't really know why he did that. Maybe try to get force or try to do that, but then I don't know. Try to do a queen trade, but still nothing worked out for him. I just did rook f1. Oh yeah, his plan was to attack this. Yeah, so now this move is what eventually cost him the game. So no, in this position, I really want to attack. I really want to capture this pawn because notice he only has 2 defenders, and I have 3 attackers. This pawn, this bishop, and once this pawn captures, then the queen is unleashed. So 3 attackers, but he didn't really even care about this pawn. What he wanted to do, and I saw this, is take this and just break the attack. And well, I mean, the past 22 moves are just a waste. So I did not allow that, obviously. And now his rook is gone. And yeah. So remember how I told you gonna win this rook? Well, yeah, I did. I kept my promise. Now what did I do? I just moved my rook here, and I mean, that really achieved nothing now that I think about it, because look, he can just take this, but I just really wanted to pin this, and I just wanted to get him out because now in this position there are 3 defenders and 3 attackers, and whoever attacks will lose if it's an even. And if there are more defenders, well, then it totally won't work out. So he took, and now it was kind of like a forced rook trade, but I don't really care because I actually win against after this move. And this is where this move cost me. So after this move, that was the only move, because if the bishop moved, then I just take, and if the bishop didn't, then I just take the bishop. So this is the way to only guard the both too, but now this is where this bishop's firepower comes. Now I will take, and once he takes with the knight, he cannot take back, but unfortunately my opponent did. And whoopsie daisy, remember how I told you someone's back rank was weak? And I mean, he's a checkmate, so I really have to do it, right? But it's easy. Boom, 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 boom. And after this move, he threw in the towel and resigned, but this could have happened, and this is the 30 move mark. I win in 30 moves technically, but he resigned at 30 because, I mean, it was no stopping checkmate. So now after takes, then I just take, and then once the queen blocks, then I just take, the king dies, the pawns die. Still, even if I had less pawns, I could hold off the promotion. And anyways, he's lost in this position. He lost his queen, and I'm up 17 points. That's what the computer is telling me. And my king is now really safe. And you should trade bishops only at the end, but yeah, that's the true potential of the English, but this is how you play the English correctly, but Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe once again. And I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to mention your best games in the English when you play this in the comment section below. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.